What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we're taking a look at some really early details on Destiny's next Frontiers expansion. Earlier today, several details about this new expansion got leaked onto a Destiny Leaks Discord server by a very reputable source known by Liz. These leaks reveal substantial details about the overall premise and the story surrounding Frontiers, and it gives us a tiny little glimpse towards what we can expect out of this new saga within the Destiny franchise. With that said, take today's information with a grain of salt. Even though it comes from a trusted source, these details could be subject to change. For those who haven't been keeping up with the recent live streams and the TWAB updates, Bungie's new expansion will flip the paradigm on the normal method of storytelling, allowing players to take a non-linear approach to completing various missions and objectives. According to these new leaks, when Frontiers launches, players will start their journey in the last city, where a pre-Golden Age train has crash-landed after coming through an unidentified portal. Players will discover a new character named Lodi. It's unclear whether or not this character will have survived the crash, but we do find a calling card for the Nine while going through the wreckage. Players will recognize the Nine through several previous installments, including their heavy involvement in the backstories of the Drifter and Xur, so it should be pretty nostalgic for everyone to be able to find out more about these factions and their characters. After tracing the location of the portal's origin, players will go through this unknown portal, leading them into a new destination that could end up being called Kepler, although this could just be a code name for the new planet. This new planet will host Fallen and Vex enemies, and if there's Nine involved, you can most likely expect to see Taken somewhere in the mix. According to the leak, the time on this planet is all messed up, which is a big reason that the Vex are here, and that fluctuation in time could have a direct correlation towards activity objectives and quest progression. After coming across the second half of the train, players will discover another new character who has recently left the Nine, and it's through this new character that we learn that we've been brought here because of some sort of incident that involves the Nine, but we don't know what the incident is. The leak goes on to say that since the story is non-linear, that there will be several smaller stories that all build up into this larger arc. One of the self-contained stories revolves around Osiris and discovering more on Lodi, who we found on the train. There does seem to be some sort of connection with Lodi and the Drifter's ship, which was given to the Drifter as a gift from Orin, so we could see some of those characters resurface. Another one of these storylines will have you go up against a fallen house that's been stationed on this planet, and it would seem that they will be the main antagonists of the overall story. Since this is a new destination, it's unlikely that we would come into contact with any of the previous Kells that we've already encountered, but there's always a chance of seeing Aramis or one of her lackeys making their rounds. And that's where the leaks for the overall story end. The leak goes on to state that the new expansion raid will host the Vex, which is appropriate with this new planet having messed up time. And those time lapses could play a part in the new raid, similar to what the Vault of Glass did. Exploring the underbelly of the Nine sounds like an absolutely amazing journey, and it would be a great stepping off point for this new style of storytelling, as there's already a lot of current lore and in-game tie-ins that would really draw in the interest of longtime players. The introduction of a fluctuating time lapse within a single planet could introduce some really interesting experiences, as we could see certain areas of the planet only become accessible at certain times. This could also open up a lot of opportunities for hidden collectibles and quests like we've seen introduced with the Pale Heart. If these leaks are to be true, we could end up finally learning the full details about the future that Elsie Bray warned us of, which takes us back all the way to Destiny 1. Liz went on to say that she held off on posting this leak because the details sounded like a lot of nonsense, but that she had already confirmed all of these details through a reliable source. And what that tells me is that we might not see 100% of this becoming true, but we could definitely see 70 to 80% of it, and that's a lot of juicy details about this new expansion. So Guardians, what are your thoughts about the leaks and the story that we could end up experiencing when this new Frontiers expansion releases, which isn't going to be until midway through 2025? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you as always for checking out the video, If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.